I'm Claudia Kay and welcome back to my channel. I've missed you guys. It has been what feels like forever. And if you don't know, I've been in the process of moving and downsizing immensely to move. Also, if you don't know, I am chronically ill. I am diagnosed with fibromyalgia, chronic fatigue syndrome, liver disease, hypothyroidism, and other things. So I'm not well, and moving is hard. Moving is hard just on a healthy person, but moving when you're chronically ill, so hard. And I had zero help packing, sorting, organizing, cleaning, making decisions about what to get rid of, what to bring with me, what to put into storage. And I have really severely been struggling with my health since, well, for the last 10 years, it's been the worst that it's ever been. I've had fibromyalgia for 27 years now. But even before the shutdown in 2020, I was struggling. I had cut back at work and was struggling keeping the house clean and keeping up with the kids' school activities. And my youngest at that time was 17 in 2019. He was in his senior year. My oldest son had already moved out. My daughter was in college. So it wasn't like I was taking care of littles anymore, but everything had just gotten much harder. And then 2020, and let's just say nothing's gotten easier in the last 5 years. And so I have not had stuff organized since 2019. Let's be honest. I have not. And right now I can say I am 90% completely organized. I have gone through almost every single thing that I own. And I am more organized right now than I have been in years. But that was a lot of hard work. All of my energy was going into that. And I did not have any left over for lives or sales or any content here on YouTube. And so I'm back. I am back. My parents sold their house, if you didn't know, and my sister and brother-in-law were kind enough to let me stay with them while I figure out what my next step in life is going to be. And so that's where I'm at now. I'm at my sister's. I still have some moving in to do. I'm not 100% moved in here. And I'm already finding things that I packed away and put in the storage unit that I need or that I want and I don't have here. And, it's a process. But I did have help with the actual moving because I could not have done that on my own. So the first help that I had was my niece's husband came and helped me move 10 totes of books. He moved my entire library into the storage unit. And you guys, I got rid of over 200 books and still had 10 full 27-gallon totes of books. That's a lot. It's a lot. And I simultaneously feel like I didn't get rid of enough and I got rid of too much. Has anybody else ever felt that? Like, that's crazy. That I didn't get rid of enough, but also I got rid of too much. Now, so far, I've not missed anything that I've actually gotten rid of. I'm just missing a few things that I packed away. Like, I packed away my dressier boots, and I wished I hadn't done that. I managed to pack away my uranium glass earrings. I'm disappointed that I did that to myself. I like to wear those. So he helped me move all the books, and that was huge. Now, mind you, he's 19. He's very strong. But getting those books moved before anything else got moved was a huge thing. And then my daughter and her boyfriend came down and they moved all of my furniture that I was moving up to my sister's, got it up to my sister's for me, got it set into place where it was going to go. And then they came down at least 2 more times. And the one time they helped me jigsaw the stuff into the storage unit. I still had things to pack up at home, but she's genius, my daughter. And she stacked it all up. She got it put in there correctly. Now, I'm never going to be able to get a thing out without someone else going with me to lift and move things, but it's in there. It's in there. And so then they helped me get stuff into the storage unit the second time they came down, and the third time maybe. I don't remember, but it's all a blur. But I couldn't have done it without my daughter. And then my brother and his wife helped me get the last of the stuff into the storage unit, helped me get the last of the stuff into my car and out of there. I was supposed to be out the 20th. I was not out until, I think, 10 days later. I don't remember exactly the timeline, but I absolutely did not make the deadline I was supposed to. I physically couldn't. There was just, I could not have moved any faster. Now, at the time, my parents were still occupying the house while working on their new house. And so I was able to like take care of their dogs every day, which there wouldn't have been anybody home to do that. And do my mom's laundry throughout the days I was packing my own stuff. And I think once I did up the dishes for her. So, I was trying to be helpful, but also every person that helped me is somebody that I was taking away help from my parents. Like the last day I was there when my brother and sister-in-law were packing me into my car, they were supposed to be helping my parents move. So I felt incredibly bad about that. But I did it. Now, unfortunately, not everything that I own is in those 2 places. My mom is like storing my microwave, my retro microwave and my retro refrigerator for me. My daughter, I don't think we ended up sending, I was able to fit all of my totes into the storage unit, but I had to split up my cats because my sister already had a cat, a male cat, and she thought at first I was going to send both my cats to stay with my daughter until I could figure out what I'm doing. And then we thought maybe my female cat and her cat would get along. They're not getting along. They're not. My cat's nasty. She keeps hissing at him. He is the sweetest, but he's like twice her size. Sweetest big boy. Sleeps most of the time. He's gray with a little white tip on his tail, and he's pretty awesome, but she will not be nice to him. She will not. And I am missing my Blue incredibly. I FaceTime, but that makes us both more upset. So, yeah, I don't like that. But so I've got stuff kind of like my brother is storing some of my art. Obviously from the blank wall behind me, you can see I've not got all of my art hung up in here. I've just started that project over on that wall. So I've still got to hang all my art. But I'm getting there. And the weather's been up and down and things are crazy. And so I'm going live on Wednesday. I'm back to Coffee Chat and a Small Sale. And we will be starting a new altered book project. I'm so excited. And you guys, I had no idea that my nieces and my sister regularly junk journal, and I've been junk journaling again. I had not gotten a junk journal since, I don't know, it was last year, maybe before Christmas, but maybe before Thanksgiving. I don't know. It had been a long time because I was in the process of trying to pack and sort and stuff. This has been a months-long process since my mom and dad decided to put the house up for sale. So I have been junk journaling. We are going to start a new altered book project. I'm going to use one of the condensed Reader's Digest books to do it because it's just pretty. It's just pretty. And at the moment, I have just taken all of last year's prompts. I've tossed them back into a bowl, and that's what we'll be using to start out the project. If you have ideas or something we didn't cover last year that you think you would like to do, you can email me at ClaudiaCayeVintage@gmail.com. You can drop it below in the comments. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It always helps my channel out. Or if you follow me on Instagram, you can always send me an Instagram message too. I check that daily. So those are ways to participate in the project ideas, if you have project ideas. But right now, I have not had the time or the energy to come up with new ideas. So, oh, it's sitting back there too far. But I took everything that we did last year and dumped it back into the bowl. And at some point, I may have extra energy and go, nope, we're going to do all new, and I'll start all over again. But for right now, that's what we're going to do. So if you want to take part in the Altar Book Project this year, make sure you've got your book. And as we've talked about, it doesn't actually have to be a book, although if you Google how many books end up in the landfill every year, it will maybe release some of your guilt at using a real book and cutting it up or pasting or drawing on it or painting on it or whatever it is we end up doing with these books. But if you don't want to use a real book, you can buy a blank book. I have thrifted a lot of blank books. But Dollar Tree even has, they're thinner, but it would work for the project. You could also use oh, that was upside down. I didn't even realize it was upside down. Sorry guys, upside down. You could use even an old puzzle book, so it doesn't have to be a book, but don't feel guilty if you choose to use a real book. So many books end up in the landfill every single year. So unless it's rare or worth a bunch of money, there's no reason to not use a real book. Just putting that out there, because I used to be one of those people that would never have destroyed a book, I wouldn't even dog ear the pages, but I have learned a lot since then about where all the books that we donate to Goodwill go, and they do end up in the landfill. So don't be afraid to use a book. I'm going to be using this one. And I don't know if I will get a static sale up this week, but definitely I will have things for sale tomorrow. And then we will see how the packing process will go in my new location. It is always a learning experience. I adore my sister. Her family has been so welcoming. My 13-year-old nephew still lives here. My nieces live in the apartment below, and they've just welcomed me with open arms. We've had lots of family dinners. Like I said, we've been junk journaling together. And so they could not have made this an easier transition. It's been amazing. But moving is hard. It's just hard. It is so exhausting. But I am in a pretty good place with my organizing, and I would like to this spring finish up the last few things that I could not get through. All of my journaling supplies, scrapbooking supplies are all organized for the first time in forever. I don't think they've ever been this organized. So they are all organized. I can quickly put hands on whatever it is that I want to use that day. So that's been fantastic. My jewelry is all completely organized. Yeah. So I just have a few things left to figure out what to do with, and then get my artwork hung on the walls, and I will be very comfortable here. And hopefully Miss Harley Quinn will be nicer to the cat that is already living here. We will see. I will keep you updated. So I hope that all of you are doing well. And thank you to those of you that did send me messages and checked in on me to see how I was doing. I hate that I ghosted everybody. I have just I didn't have the energy. I just didn't. You just have such a limited energy when you are chronically ill, and you have to sometimes prioritize other things, and that's what I had to do. But I'm back. I will see you guys on Wednesday for coffee chat and a small sale. And the setup here is a little different. I'm actually in a rocking chair, and the cabinet that I had that I thought I was going to be able to film on, one of the wheels broke off immediately. So I've got kind of a janky setup here, and I'm a little worried I bump it. You guys are going to fall over. So it'll be interesting doing it live, but you guys are awesome. I appreciate every single one of you, and I'm just so happy to be back. I will see you Wednesdays at 10 a.m. Eastern time for coffee chat and a small sale. Remember, be kind. It doesn't cost you anything, and it may mean everything to someone else. Bye.